Welcome to the 1005th reset of Vanessa Roman, my visual novel that is masquerading as a D&D campaign. My name is Maggie, I am your humble game master and artist, and these are my lovely players.
Hello, I'm Graham, and as always, I'm playing Piotr Shale. He is a large, lovable rock guy who still has the smoothest hands in the whole party, in case anybody forgot. Just thought I'd bring that up again. That's all I have to say this time.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I play Flynn Mistlepot, a 3-foot-tall teenage halfling and monk on the run from a life as a privileged rich kid, which obviously is, the worst case scenario.
My name is Bill. I'm the father of the rest of these players, and I play Prisonier, a bard by trade, the flamboyant one, a bit older, a bit wiser, and just living my life.
My name's Ryan, and I play Herb Gablano, a 5'11" goblin warlock, and more recently, noir detective.
And I am Corey Konigan. I am also here. I am very angry at them because they want to represent me in council, but I think they are very silly. No.
Those voices were in my head at the beginning.
But yeah, last session, you all met Corey here while you were investigating the formerly beach town of Vestal, which has recently been overtaken by a sudden onset of winter, complete with several feet of snow and ice. And you have discovered that this small 12-year-old girl has been accused of this and is currently on trial in desperate need of some top-tier defense attorneys. But since those don't seem to be available, we have you four. Sorry, I'm having some audio kerfuffles. Hopefully these will get solved. Yeah. If, you guys, I believe, had just wrapped up your conversation with Corey. And I believe that you were planning on, potentially seeking out the opposing counsel.
Don't remember exactly, but I know that the services of Mistlepot, O'Near, and Shale, not Gablano, because Gablano did not want to be involved, I remember.
Independent agency.
Independent agency.
He's our PI.
Mm-hmm.
Contracted with Mistlepot, Shale, O'Near. We will get to the bottom of this once our client stops throwing big hissy fit about deceased brother.
Am I going crazy? We did all see the ghost, right?
What?
Oh, we talked to him.
Yeah, he's right here. He's right here, Flynn. I'm pointing at him.
We're still in the room. Or outside the room.
Corey from the other side of the glass goes, "No, you aren't. He's like at least 12 feet to your right."
Okay, hold on. I overcorrect way too much. I'm pointing
That's
at
your
Frizz
left.
now.
Okay.
Okay, look, my feet are a lot bigger than your feet, okay? So let's not get all crazy nitpicky, all right? You are on clock already. I hope you know that with our agency, right? I defer to you, Flynn and Priz.
It's Phoenix Missile, right? But yes, absolutely right. We are on the clock. I don't know if she actually has any money to pay us, but
I most certainly do not.
That's okay. We don't need money.
Well, we need some kind of retainer. I mean, are you hiring us or not?
I mean, you can tag around if you want, but I'm totally guilty, so,
About that, I
If
mean,
you
because
want a retainer, you can take my brother. He's not doing anything at the moment.
So I guess the question would be why you did it.
Felt like it.
So guys, why are we trying so hard? Just remind me. Maybe I'm missing something. If she like totally did it, and we found out what's wrong,
Totally did it.
what are we doing here?
You know,
Uh,
Herb the Boulder says everyone requires a defense, a very sturdy, rock-hard defense. And so even if she very clearly admits to guilt, we have to pretend that she maybe didn't, and we have to all do big show to try to get her off hook. It's only fair.
Or we
Okay. Is there like any reason besides the boulder?
can we have a short huddle? Kumo, wherever you are, and I'm like kind of like gesturing around in the open space. We need a second to ourselves, please. Is he gone?
Corey goes, "Oh yeah, totally."
Maybe we go into the stairwell.
It's a bit warmer there too. I'd be happy to get a couple steps away. I did not bring a coat for this.
Once we get like out of earshot,
Guys. I mean, I might be just throwing something at the wall and seeing if it sticks, but so far we got green, red. I'm looking at this, and I pull out the amulet. This snow and ice kind of looks blue. I'm just throwing it out there.
You think she's a sage?
Or her brother. It'd be pretty creepy, but
Well,
it could be the case.
That would really suck because he's dead.
I would not summon him, like, once.
I mean,
I mean, up to you.
Herb, I mean, one thing to consider. I mean, you said he's dead, but one of these guys already is a skeleton, so I don't know that's a disqualifier.
oh, that's right. Priz's point.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's different, but okay.
Well,
We
I
could
guess
have a whole host of spooky people. We could have ghost, a skeleton, maybe we get werewolf, vampire next. Who knows? We should not judge.
You're right, Peter.
I guess the big question is everybody wants it back to the way it was. She's saying she did it, so I think we gotta get at the root of why she did it and why her brother wanted us to come to her aid.
I feel like she wanted to, and her brother doesn't want her to go to jail. I feel like
That's why you're the detective, my friend. That's why you're the detective. You get right to the chase.
I guess we should figure out maybe why she is covering up for, like, her brother or someone else, or what's going on? Like, what's the reason?
Or if she can reverse it, we can do a plea deal maybe with the prosecution and get her off on maybe just some community service.
That's a good idea. What was community service back like in your goblin town?
You had to go capture a guy.
Oh,
Wasn't cleaning the meat thrower.
No, that's strictly for medical personnel. It's the meat flinger also. Very high-tech.
different, very important.
come on, please.
But you just had to go
Community
capture
service is
one guy.
just kidnap. Then you're just stealing people.
I wasn't. I never got community service.
Yeah, he was upstanding goblin. Very upstanding from what I hear.
He stood tall amongst his goblin brethren.
Yeah.
But not
Really,
at all.
really head and shoulders above the rest.
Okay, well,
Apart from the community.
yeah, we go back, ask her to stop doing winter shenanigans, and that's it. Think we're probably good to go.
Do we want to go talk to the prosecutor and ask her if if that would do it? I mean, if she would reverse everything voluntarily, would they, slap on the wrist, let her go?
I think we talk to the girl first so we don't come back, find out she can't do that, and then come back looking like idiots.
Yeah, also, I don't think we're supposed to look at the prosecution until we walk down the aisle.
What?
It's bad luck.
Yes, it's
Oh,
bad luck.
oh.
You're not supposed to look at prosecution before trial.
Didn't we meet her earlier, and she's the one that told us where the prisoner was?
No, you have not
I
met the
did.
opposing counsel yet. You've met a guard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's just the local guard there, Priz.
Oh, she looked very, in charge. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Peter, you seem to be the most knowledgeable of the processes. I'm at a loss here, so I'll let you take the lead.
Oh, well, I just, I had a little bit of exposure to it back in my hometown. Every now and then, we had these mock trials. I don't want to get into it, but
Are they
I was
called,
pretty good at it.
are they called rock trials?
They were called, damn it. They were called rock trials. Oh, I'm so ashamed. We start over.
Yeah, well, sorry, we got to end the stream.
Sorry, yeah. They had to greenwich her motion. It's a very complicated mess, really.
Okay, all right. So yes, let's go talk to her. We'll sort all this out and try to get her in community service. So, and then I guess we have to help her kidnap somebody. But I guess we'll just cross
I
that
think
bridge when we get to it.
Probably different here.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. You're probably right. Not as civilized.
Well,
yet,
maybe. We don't know.
Okay, all right, break huddle. I step out of the doorway, which I was pretty much taking up the entire stairwell doorway.
When Pewter moves a little bit out of the doorway, you all see the ghost boy standing right behind him, and then as soon as you guys see him, he immediately vanishes again.
You're not scary anymore, little boy. We know who you are.
Has anyone else noticed he's kind of missing an eye?
I just thought he was winking at us.
Yeah, I think he's dead, so maybe, I don't know.
I don't
All
know.
right.
Maybe
You
he doesn't
think
like
he's
being
dead?
called dead, you know?
Well,
I'm
not exactly sure what's going on.
Herb's not closing the investigation.
Ghosts don't fit into the Great Goblin's worldview, so I'm questioning some things.
Add it to the list.
Oh, well, that's so funny because the boulder totally accommodates for ghosts. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, then he must not be
Anyone who
dead. So.
follows... I mean, I guess anyone who follows the Great Goblin just never has unfinished business.
Yeah.
They're very accomplished followers.
Sounds like Great Goblin is winning in the deity wars.
Who said that? Who's there? Sorry,
Oh, did you hear that?
I know. I'm just. I
It's
get
the
this
little
chill
ghost
over
boy.
my back.
No, but
Okay, back to the cell. Come on, let's go check on this hooligan.
you're walking
No
back
one
over to
cast any
the.
spells. We can't cast spells on her.
You should
Oh, I can't
totally
even
cast
check
some
your
spells on me. That would be so funny if you did that.
And
She has her face
I-
up against the glass, and she's like, "So what were you talking about?
Can you fix all this?
Can I fix what?"
The snow.
Oh,
It's pretty obvious what we're talking
I-
about. Come on.
But, I mean, can I fix the snow? Like, what do you take me for? Like, obviously, I am fully capable of turning off the snow whenever I feel like it. And it's just so funny watching them run around and slip onto ice and go, "Oh no, I have slipped onto ice and fallen over."
Can I roll inside and whether she's full of shit or
Also,
not?
Sure.
how are you watching them if you're stuck in cell?
I see everything all the time, actually.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's a natural 20.
She's lying. Yeah, she's 100% lying.
Yeah. Oh, you're so full of shit. Come on.
No, you are full of shit.
No. Okay, guys, our plan is completely. it's done.
Hey,
I don't know how
also,
to help her.
Haha, see,
Speaking
I have
of-
won.
I have to.
Are you sure?
She sticks out her tongue at you.
Is there a chance we could talk to your brother?
No, unless you speak a ghost. Do you speak a ghost, Mr. Kitty Cat?
Depends on what language they spoke when they died.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point, Prince. You know, coastal language. Because I was trying to think if I spoke Ghost, but yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
She goes, well, maybe Kumo doesn't want to talk to you. And then you see like a little part of the glass steam up, and with like the squeak of someone writing with their fingers, you see it slowly write out like, what's up? Question mark.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think I can help with this. I have something I've been using to learn letters, and I pull out an alphabet tablet with all the letters on it. And I say, I just, it's a helpful guide for me, a little. But anyway, I set it on floor. And what if we all, held on to this delicious rock, okay? And we put it over the letter, and then, we just ask questions, and then it's a little easier. There's not that much space for him to write up there. And also, we'd have to keep breathing hot air on the window. So, we just move our fingers around, and then I will spell the letters out very slowly for everyone to hear.
Yeah, and to speed things up, we could put we could maybe put little sections for yes and another area for no. And that way you could do quick answers to yes, no questions instead of spelling out, long answers if unnecessary.
Like, as you press each of the buttons, it's like, D is for Demigorgon! Demigorgon! It's just like a guttural, horrific eldritch scream. But it's like all bit crunched, like...
Just so you know, before you ask, the R is broken, so it won't make any noises. I pushed it too hard.
Okay.
You hear the... Hold on, I gotta look up a D&D creature alphabet. Hold. I'm committing to the bit.
Wait, you didn't have that ready to go?
Yeah, I didn't have it memorized. I know. I couldn't have possibly. I should have seen this coming. Yeah, as you all are sitting there, and Pewter, you place this this device on the floor. You hear it go. L is for lich. Lich. O is for owlbear. Owlbear. L is for lich. Lich.
Oh.
That's all it says.
What does LOL mean? I don't understand. Pewter, are you sure this is working?
I think he wants lollipop, but he got really shy halfway through asking for one, and possibly remembered that he cannot eat because he is ghost. Just something that comes to mind.
Damn, wow, that's pretty sad.
Yeah,
Mr. Ghost, we're trying to help your sister. Can you tell us, did she actually do this?
In is... What is a Nothic? Wait, hold on. Do we know what a Nothic is?
Yes. I think Nothic
Not in polite company.
It's like a very small horse with scary spider eyes.
Everything is a horse.
Wow, I never knew that, Pewter.
Well,
There's a lot of weird horses in this world.
Yes, but there is one less weird horse, unfortunately, and I shed a single tear.
Oh, no. All right, we'll do this one. In is for Naga. Naga. Snake. Yeah, snake sound. Oh man. No, I don't want to accept your cookies. Go away.
I forgot to do what Pris said, but actually it was a very good idea. And I take a little sharp, rock. I just assume I have a bag of rocks all the time. I take a sharp rock and I etch yes and no into the sides.
I feel like given the first letter, we can probably extrapolate it's not going to be yet.
I also...
Yes, but for future reference, it will be so much faster.
That's true.
It was also, honestly, Pris had a good idea. I felt like we...
That's true.
So
You're right.
I thought, why not? Let me put it on here.
Corey, who is again has her face pressed up against the glass so she can like try and look at what you guys are doing, goes, "What good is carving yes and no into the side if he is unable to press any buttons that would indicate that he is selecting them?"
Okay, all right, hold on.
Well, I mean, the
All right,
concept.
okay. I will
What's up,
cast alarm on
Oh.
a very small area over the yes,
Oh, that is
And-
a mistake.
and I will change the alarm
Kumo
noise
loves practical
to-
jokes.
Well, it's too late. It's already happened.
Immediately, you hear alarm, alarm,
No,
alarm.
I changed it to yes, and I changed, and I don't think I can cast two.
It's
So it's yes, and if it's silence, it means no.
it's like the Staples button, like.
Yeah, they-
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, immediately you hear yes, yes, yes.
So she did do it.
But
I mean, I
wait.
don't know why we're like.
Well, no, he put the letter on N before, and then I can't. Do we trust the ghost? It's hard to tell. And
Yes,
we're again,
yes,
here. We're trying to help your sister not be executed.
yes.
I
I
think he
got a
wants
suggestion.
her dead so that she can join him as ghost.
N is for Naga, Naga.
Okay, well, I don't know what he's saying because he was supposed to stay silent if it was for no. Clearly, this ghost has rule problems just like his sister. This is a big problem we've gotten ourselves in.
F
Well,
is
I've
for
got-
Flame Skull, Flame Skull. U is for Unicorn, Unicorn.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
I can hit letters
Yeah,
too,
we-
you know. I start hitting letters. I start hitting
No,
letters.
no.
Oh, it's for N. N is for N. P is for.
P, P,
R
P, P is for P, P. Yeah, R is for.
Okay, so I feel like we need to refocus. Okay, so if you can't stop this, will it just like go away on its own, or do you know someone who maybe can stop this? Like, do you have like a cousin who's like less of an asshole, who's like fire powers or something? I don't know.
Are you asking me this, or are you asking Kumo?
Yes, I'm asking you. This.
Okay.
Actually-
First of all, I don't have a cousin, and the fact that you would assume that I have a cousin, and that if this hypothetical cousin existed, that they would be in any way cooler than me to hang out with, I'm offended. But secondly, no, maybe I just like it cold.
They're gonna probably like explode you or something. Like they're pretty pissed off. You need to give us something here.
I've got an idea. I've
Does
got
it-
a crazy idea. Oh, go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
you go. I want to let the kitty cat talk.
Yeah. What was that Pewdie said about punching buttons? Anyway, now, what I thought was, to your brother, is there any chance that you could? I mean, you've manifested yourself in front of us a couple different times now already, in a way that I could touch you. Because if so, I have a spell that will let you talk to us, and we would understand you, and you'd understand us.
Corey goes,
But you gotta be on this side of the glass. It don't work otherwise.
it's okay, so you want to touch my brother? That's a little weird, I'm not going to lie.
Riz.
I told you they're like, really young. Like that's no.
Riz, they're not just small.
The little voice box goes, N is for Naga. O is for Owlbear. Owlbear.
Okay, I don't.
All right.
It says no, just in general.
Well, I gave it my shot.
Yeah, I don't. I think I'm all out of I'm out of ideas. Maybe we see if like the Citadel has a pretty good lawyer. Maybe we can like ship him here before they exploit her.
Yeah, I guess we could. I don't know. Who would? Would you think Leaf would know a good lawyer?
Maybe. Well, I was thinking maybe like L or maybe not. Maury. Maybe Maury knows someone.
really quickly, the machine starts going, E is for Ifredi. V is for V. I is for D. D. E. N is for C. C is for E. E is for
Okay,
Ifredi.
hold on. Whoa, okay. What was that again?
So
I think you just said it a foot in F.
So
Like
the
if
problem is, if I
Vicodin-
don't hear the animal corresponding to the letter, it's hard for me to go. It's I've come up with mnemonic tool to remember letters, and if you go too fast, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Uh,
Slow, once again, for just pewter.
abandoning the machine, you see the cloud of steam again form on the glass, and very quickly someone writes out the word evidence, investigate.
oh yeah, that's clearly not what they were just saying with the machine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's two different
So
things.
what do you mean evidence investigate? Like evidence she didn't
He
do
just
it? Because-
underlines investigate over and over again.
Buddy, I'm gonna need a little bit more from you.
I have a question actually. And first of all, let me put my device away so we don't wait. Did you, or I'm talking to Ghost Boy. Did you do this? Did you cause winter, or did your sister do it?
He writes no, but then he puts a comma, and then he writes no again. And then he draws a little arrow facing towards Corey.
Okay, so neither of you did it. Some third party did this. This makes things easier because we're looking for the person who can make all this. If it's not you guys, we'll help, but we do also need to find out who actually did this snow crystal ice powers.
At the end of the day, if she's not going to help herself, if we find out who really did it, then she gets out, whether she helps or not. So it would appear that's where we're being, directed at this point.
Kumo
Yeah.
draws a thumbs up emoji on the wall.
So she didn't do it. We're getting a lot of
Yep.
mixed signals.
Corey goes, no, don't
We gotta
listen to him. He
from
does not know
himself.
what he is talking about.
What are you talking about?
I
Why
am
are you trying to incriminate yourself?
I
To Herb's point, though, I've had enough of this lovely lady, and I think we should go upstairs and into town and maybe look for something, talk to some people, find out when it started, how did it happen, did anyone see any strangers? The regular Herb. I mean, I'm not. This is your bailiwick, but you get it.
what?
Yeah, but usually the person you're trying to free isn't confessing to the crime in front of you, and it's adamant. Like I don't understand, but yeah, I think.
I'm not used to seeing children in jail, though. I mean, I've had children of my own, and honestly,
What?
at that age,
What?
Whoa!
Yeah.
What?
I am a bard by trade. I mean, I've never met him, but I know for a fact there are children in this world that are mine. But what I'm getting at is, Pewter, I'll have to explain that in private a bit later.
Oh no, I understand full well. I know about the bolts and the
chip off the old block, right?
magic crystals involved.
Corey looks confused.
Well, I have one more question for brother before we go. Just quick, in case we are overlooking this one simple trick. Do you know who did it? Can you just give us the name and then we?
Kumo writes no on the wall.
Okay, so we look for no, and that makes things a lot easier. See, guys, this is why I ask the questions.
Kumo underlines no and then draws a little sad face on the.
Oh, okay. He's drawing a picture of what they look like. Record this to memory. This is very helpful.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that. Okay. So where should we go? Anyone have any ideas as to who we should talk to?
To the prosecutor? I mean, I have to imagine, even though this prosecutor is trying to basically ruin this little child's life, they have to have more evidence or something than she was providing us, right? Like,
I mean, I think this child is trying to ruin this child's life, and given that she's just confessing, I don't think she needs any evidence at all, but I do think we should check. Maybe on the off chance.
And if she looks like this frowny face, we might have found our person.
Right, yeah.
Okay, all right, lead the way,
Frantically
guys.
drawing new character art. Ryan, I need your artistic talent.
Wow, right.
Um,
Step aside, college artist. Hey, Microsoft Painter. He's here.
but yeah, in that case, are you guys heading out?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
You
We don't even know the scene of the crime at this point. I guess.
you ascend the long staircase that you took to get down here, eventually exiting the building. And the guards kind of nod at you, more so Herb, because I think Herb came in with like specific credentials, and the rest of you were just like
Department of Magical Weather Services.
And as you exit out into the town, you it's covered in snow, but you do see from where you are something you didn't notice when you first entered, which is the town square appears to have been sectioned off as if it were a crime scene.
Keep that in mind. Maybe we take a look at that after.
Are they building something here? What's going on?
I think it looks like a crime scene, Peter.
Ah, okay. Oh. Should we investigate this? Are we lawyers?
Do you want to do the
No.
prosecutor or the crime scene first?
Well, Peter, I don't
mean-
know your feelings, but the crime scene, I mean, I'd like to know as much as I could before I confront the prosecutor, you know.
That's a
Give
good
us a bit of
idea.
an
Yeah.
edge.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way,
Say it.
one other thing. I mean, it didn't just freeze this town. I mean, back in the Citadel, it snowed. I mean, this is
Yeah.
big wizard stuff. I mean, you're talking of changing planetary weather. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty. It's a big. I think we're looking for a very powerful person, or someone who built a rather extreme machine.
I mean, I still feel like she had something to do with it, or she's maybe possibly related to whoever did it, because, like, you saw her cell, it was, like, covered in snow and ice.
I mean, maybe she thinks she actually did it, but it was something else. Like she's being framed.
Maybe
All
this
the
is
first-
like a nice jail, and they thought, oh, she likes snow and ice. We'll put her in the icy fridge box. She'll love it.
Or consider that the person.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Perhaps they just
the
have
person-
that like on hold just in case they happen to get someone. I mean, you
Yeah,
have to
case
keep in
they
mind
arrest
this is
some penguins or
hey,
something.
keep in mind this is a beach town. I imagine 9 times out of 10 that cell is a cool, refreshing place to be.
Yeah, it's,
So
nice.
it's really a cool place to be. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It gets too hot otherwise. Okay, so we scan the crime scene. We
Okay.
Look around.
It's cordoned off by caution tape, but there doesn't seem to be anyone actively around right now. So you could probably sneak under the tape if you wanted to look around.
Okay, I
Okay,
lift up
yeah.
the
We'll do
tape so
that,
everyone
yeah.
can get through.
I walk under the lowest point of the tape and don't even duck.
As you
I
approach this,
try to duck under and pull the entire like line of tape with me.
oh no!
I'm running behind Peter, just pulling. I'm running behind Peter, just pulling the tape off on him so I can go put it back up before I even notice.
He's like spinning around like when a cat, like when you do the saran wrap prank on like cats where they're like freaking out. Yeah, in the square there is a fountain which is completely frozen, and you can see. Well, here's what I'll say. Everyone, roll investigation checks for me. We're playing D&D, so you should roll some dice.
Wait, we've
What?
been doing that?
18.
I got
Wow.
7.
Oh, no, wait, no, 17.
Okay.
Which
10 for me.
All right.
I got a 17 plus 2, 19.
Okay. So Pewter, you notice there's a lot of snow, and the fountain looks pretty cool. Flynn, you got a 10?
Nice.
Well, I got a natural 1, but I keep
Oh.
forgetting I'm a halfling.
Oh.
So I 10.
Okay. So yeah, with a 10, you can see that the snow is almost in like a circle formation. And you can actually see like a point where it seems like everything is kind of stimming out. And if you had to guess, that would probably be the center of where all of this magic originated, like this burst that happened. You see like things are knocked over, indicating there was some sort of blast, and it clearly originated in this spot in the town square. And Herb and Priz, you notice on top of noticing all of that, that you can actually see like footsteps. Or less footsteps and more of where people were standing when the blast went off. You can't see where they went, but like the little shape of their feet is still there, despite the fact that it's been snowing, showing where a number of people were located when this blast went off.
I mean, you're the investigator, but I'll notice these footprints. You saw those, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I think if we track down one of these people,
Well, I think we should look if there's any little feet. I mean, our client is a very small girl, and it's interesting that if she was one of the people in the circle, she couldn't have been the person at the center of the blast.
well, I mean, you can cast spells like a little bit away from you, but what I was thinking is if we find the owner of one of these footsteps, we can ask who all was there and what happened.
Well, maybe they have designer shoes. Maybe there's an imprint of a logo, or, it might be a missile pot boot. Who knows?
It might have been Flynn. I think, can we roll investigation to like see if there's any
Yeah.
discernible features in the
Sure, yeah.
footsteps?
Yeah.
Also,
What are we rolling now?
Investigation.
Uh,
That's a
well,
9.
Okay.
Are we rolling another investigation? Or
Well,
this a
Herb is,
continuation
because
of
Herb
the
wanted
footprint?
to look at the footprints specifically.
All right, well,
But Herb with a 9, you really can't discern much detail. You have not examined feet enough to know the specific details of whom they might belong to. But I'll say even with a 9, you granted didn't really get a good view, but none of these footprints seem small enough to be Corey's.
None of these footprints seem small enough to be the alleged child snowstorm
Right.
person thing.
I mean,
Right.
what about from the blast center? Like, where all the magic came from?
There are no footprints dead center.
She would have had to have like left.
Wait,
I think.
is
Flynn.
the fountain dead center?
It's a little to the left of the fountain.
Okay, I say, guys, you probably might not point at the fountain. This water is frozen, and fountains are not supposed to be frozen. This water is actually was probably at some point just running water and not frozen water.
Herb, are you getting this down? You got the
Yeah,
notes?
writing this in my notebook as we speak.
Lynn, quick question. Among all of us, you're the boot guy. I mean, you've been doing this for years in your family. Is there, now that we've pointed out these footprints, is there any chance you recognize any of your boot designs? Like maybe someone was wearing very nice boots or one of your fancy boots, and then maybe we could find who sells your boots and, who owns the boots. I mean, any chance you could tell anything for these footprints, being in the fine footery business?
You see like physical discomfort, like with every mention of footwear.
I know how, and no, you're right. I should help out with that. I'll take a look,
And I go over and I will
investigate
one of the footprints.
All right.
I feel like Flynn's got to get advantage.
I was about to
on
say you can roll with
foot-related.
advantage for footwear assessment.
That would be a 14. And I straight up will like stand in one of the footprints and like use my foot as a measurement, look at the soles of where the ridge lines are, really take in every detail.
Okay.
Yeah, we get the
so
whole like music video, not music video, but like
like
background music.
compilation.
Yeah, compilation. He's
There's a cool
measuring
montage.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, montage. That's
Yeah,
the word
yeah,
was
yeah, I
looking
gotcha.
Bump, bump, bump.
I like to think I pull out like my cobbler's tools and like I start to like actually measure with different types of rulers and strings.
Thread width on the sewing. Yeah.
You've like have like charcoal prints that you've copied and you're like holding them up to the light and like comparing them. You have an encyclopedia of shoes.
This person really needed a bigger sole on this shoe. Clearly they're limping.
They're heel striking.
You can assess the footwear of 3 of the footprints. One appear, and you're speculating about who might potentially wear these boots or footwear. One appears to be some sort of work boot. They probably are someone who works in the service industry, because there's a bit of sectioning that seems to be slip resistant. Additionally, there is and I'll also say they're a larger size. So you're looking at someone who probably has larger feet. For around a standard, what would look like, medium size builds, you would guess like maybe a human or an elf, someone in that size category. You find a pair of what seem to be very corporate looking shoes, almost dress shoes looking. And then additionally, you find a pair of older but fancier heeled shoes, some sort of heeled boot. Yeah.
Any chance by size on the older fancy, whether it might be a male or female or large, small?
Okay.
I mean, probably you could ascertain size. I don't think you could ascertain gender, just because with D&D
Right.
races,
No.
it's such a
No.
wide spread.
Right. Just size-wise, I mean, there's a big difference in a halfling boot print and a orc.
These are all gonna be on the larger side. The heeled boot is long and skinny, so probably someone taller but thinner, versus the worker boot was more of like a bulkier, maybe, you're looking at an orc or a dwarf or someone with that kind of broader build. The corporate looking shoes, again, was probably more middle range. You're looking maybe like a human or an elf, someone kind of in that category.
And
Well
of
done,
course,
Stan.
I'm looking at the bottoms here. Is there any of the missile pot logo that's been imprinted in the sand that's obviously on every bottom of every shoe?
I will say that I'll say the corporate shoe is Missile Pot brand. It is part of, you recognize this specific sigil. It is from their comfort wear collection. It is meant to look business casual to business dressy, but be on the more muted side of things. Meant for the, the everyday businessman.
Okay, yeah, no, these ones are the Ashmark's dress heels, for sure. Yeah, this one over here is a worker boot. Honestly, not a great look, not a great feel. Obviously, it's not wearing well, or whoever this is. But yeah, they work in service industry. And this one over here, I'm not quite sure. Some kind of heeled boot. But, I mean, at least we got an idea of who to look for, who was at the scene of the crime.
I'm
How
gonna
did the
look.
boot get hurt, Flynn? You said it was healed?
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
gonna
that's correct.
look to the sky, and it's still snowing, right?
Yeah, it's snowing. It's been cloudy
I
the
would
whole
say,
time you've been here.
Well, it is still snowing, so we don't have much time, but these are footprints, so I think if we maybe just follow them, we'll find who we're looking for.
Well, so
And I think we should go maybe for the service worker.
what's strange is they're actually not footprints in the sense that they lead somewhere.
Oh,
It's
I
showing
see.
you where they were standing when this blast
see.
went off.
Sort of like a scorch mark. If
yeah.
you've ever seen it, when a flaming ball, like, you know, if you shoot a flame ball, it'll scorch
Heck,
mark.
the nuclear bombs.
No, I'm talking about traditional fireball magic. You know,
All
when
right,
you do
right,
it,
sure,
there's a
okay.
blast
Yeah.
that kind of chars. It looks like this. Well, I would definitely say what we're dealing with is magic.
No, that's just something we had back in the Giver Skull. Don't worry about it.
I'll assume it's
nuclear
one of the
bomb.
goblins named Nuclear. But anyway. But
Yeah,
hey,
I'm pretty sure these people don't exist anymore. If they were hit with that kind of magic this close, and there are no footprints leaving, like
Well, can
want
we
you to
ascertain
check
if
out
they
the
left
morgue.
or were they like eviscerated? I feel like
I mean, okay,
Morgue.
you don't. Well, here's what I would say. You really, at this point in time, have no way of knowing what happened to the people whose footprints you're looking at. But there are a couple ways that you could possibly get that information.
Okay,
I
all right,
just-
okay.
I just
we
thought,
look.
what-
Is there anybody nearby? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Is there anybody nearby?
You, it's pretty barren, honestly. As
Can we
mentioned
go back-
before.
We tore down police. What made the police fabric, like the crime scene thing. Why don't we go talk to the local constable or sheriff or whatever they call him, and you know what happened? I mean, he would have had to deal with this. Were there casualties? What happened?
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah, that's a good idea. He might have
didn't we
interviewed
just-
witnesses.
Didn't we just come out of the jail? This is like right outside the jail. Weren't there like guards at the front of the jail?
It's a little. It was kind of, the jail was a little bit up on top of the hill, and you guys came
Yeah.
down the hill to look at the crime scene. You guys
Yeah.
are right next to the courthouse.
yeah. Well, I mean, the jail and the sheriff's office aren't always contiguous. I mean, the prison.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you know, in my hometown, there was only one judge, jury, executioner. You know, it's a very streamlined process. Anyway, I think we should go into nearest place, find someone who saw this happen, and just say, "Hey, where did everybody go to?" You know, or are they still alive? Answer all of our questions.
No, I got it, Pewter. I mean, Jailhouse Rock, where you were from, is different. So, hey, Flynn, quick
Is
question
that a
though.
joke? Is that
Well, I'll just assume that your place would be a rock prison, so it would be a jailhouse rock. I just assumed.
Pewter
No.
sounded so
It's
offended.
not so nice, Prince.
only he
I
can
can
make
make.
that.
I am more than just rock jokes, you know. Please, I'm a person, I think. And so anyway, I walk off. I'm walking towards the closest building.
And Flynn, while we're following Pewter over there, I just want to say on
Yeah,
a side note,
yeah.
at some point, you know, is there a chance to get like maybe hook up on a flashy pair of, show boots, something, give me a little extra height and, a little gravitas on stage. Don't now. You don't have to worry about it right now. Just keep it in the back of the mind. I can't afford a missile pot boot right now, but if you got a hook up, just.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
so here's the problem, Priz. I don't know if you heard, but I'm trying not to talk to my family if possible. But I'm glad that you like what my family makes, and I do have the ledger showing what Michael Keys wanted for his upcoming performance, and I think that's a good baseline to start from. So maybe we could put in a custom order, and I could write some of the names I know from my family.
Pewter, hold up. Pewter, hold up. I'm coming. I run up to Pewter.
If you all are following Pewter, Pewter, you walk into the nearest building, which does happen to be the courthouse. And as you swing the doors open, there's
Knock, knock. Hello.
you are kind of dropped off into the lobby, where you see some people standing around, basic courtroom lobby type stuff. You got some bailiffs, some people kind of walking through, and right at the front, carrying a briefcase and discussing with one of the guards, you see a woman, and we're gonna see if this is the right expression. It probably isn't. Yeah, it's not.
Oh, hello. I remember
Hello.
you.
She's talking to one of the guards, and she's going, I don't really understand why this trial is even going on. She's not representing herself, but she's also made no attempt of getting a defense, so I imagine we'll have this wrapped up by tomorrow. And the guard's kind of just nodding along.
Aha, not so fast. And I wait for the rest of the crew to get in. I say, we may be acquaintances from Cowboy Town, but the services of Shale, Misselpot, and O'Neill have been are now representing the client, and so it is not going to be so easy getting through us. You will find.
Misselwright.
Yes, Misselwright, Gabuano, and
Nope. I'm Herb. I'm with the Department of Magical Weather Services.
oh yes,
Attempt to
he
shake
is
her hand.
contracting with us, but not affiliated.
She looks at the four of you, and there's like a second where she doesn't remember, and then like you see it on her face when she puts together where she met you all, and she just goes, I'm sorry. What?
I will let you know. I know it's a lot to take in because you thought, oh, this would be such easy case, and now you're like, oh, drat, I'm in for a tough time. But yes, we will be representing the child. It's a little questionable that you're trying to put children in jail, and even if they are admitting guilt, which our client may or may not. Lynn, why don't you take over? I have been to get some water at the water fountain.
I flash the amulet. Flynn Misselwright. Phoenix Misselwright. Excuse me.
You can't seem to get your name right.
It's not so easy.
Yes.
She kind of crosses her arms.
Give her the old razzle dazzle, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. I want the truth. Nothing but the truth. Hi.
You can handle the truth.
She seems unimpressed. And she goes, I must admit that it is unconventional for one's defense to arrive 6 days after the trial has started and after the prosecution has already rested their case. But if you wish
the
to...
snow made for tough traveling conditions, you know.
And I object to us not being notified about the date earlier. So
Do you have a contract with the defendant indicating that you have chosen to represent her as counsel?
Well, actually, we're not able to get anything signed because you put a wall between us, and it's impossible to get a signature through said ice wall. So really, that's on you.
You should also know that you are not supposed to sign contracts with minors. And you may not know this, but she was digging a hole in herself. So she is, by definition, a minor.
You see her immediately go, she was digging a hole in her cell. And she starts writing something down.
Well, I mean, this may or may not have been a hypothetical hole dug with spoon hidden behind holster.
So anyway, as the junior member of what has now become obviously Shell, Misselroy, and Near, we'd like to discover, as it were, the evidence against this person. And you can't take her, confession, because if you've talked to her for 2 minutes, you realize she's not really sane enough to give you a good confession because she's a child who babbles.
And she's a minor, please remember. Minor.
Yes, by trade.
Eve, who is, I don't know if you remembered her name is Eve. She goes, for the record, a couple things. One, the format of law that you are referring to is not practiced in this area. Discovery is not legally obligated in this part of the country. and I'm not required to share any of my information with you. That being said, I'm confident in my cases, and so I occasionally will share evidence with my opposing counsel if I see fit that I feel as though the client is being represented. That being said, she is the most obvious and reasonable candidate for this level of destruction, and frankly, the amount of damage that she has done is fully warranting her arrest and inevitable sentence, considering the sheer amount of eco-terrorism that she has inflicted. So I would encourage you to listen to your client when she admits her guilt.
Okay, hold on. You're throwing around so many big words you think, oh, they don't understand all these words and they will give up because they're very anxious words. So let me stop you right there. Herb, tell her about this small feet you found. The big feet that don't match the small feet. Please.
Hi, Herb Gablana with the Department of Magical Weather Services. I'm not actually representing the client. I'm here to do some investigation about what really happened and who truly caused this disaster. And we did notice some footprints left behind at the scene of the crime in the town square, right by the fountain.
Which was frozen, by the way. The fountain is not functional any longer.
No more liquid water.
She goes, I am aware the fountain is frozen. I'm also aware of the footprints that are at the crime scene. We've identified all 3 of the witnesses, and if you had looked at the court record, you would have found that all 3 of them have already testified. That
Court records are closed. We got here pretty late.
Yeah, I understand that. Your client was standing on a barrel at the time that this happened. Ergo, her footprints were not present at the crime scene. However, we have at least one witness who claims that he saw her at the crime scene, verifying that she was there. So unless you have somewhere else that she is and can confirm that this alibi holds water, we have your defendant at the scene of the crime.
I'd like to get the name of that witness accusing her, and also the names of those 3 people that witnessed the crime.
I would also like to call in the barrel. I think we should see this barrel. Is it a down barrel, perhaps? If so, I could have frank conversation with it.
She will also go, as a member of the Magical Weather Council, then I'm sure...
Magical Weather Services, yeah.
Of course. Then I'm sure you know Carol.
Is that the barrel?
I'm not from around here. They flew me in.
Well, we flew her in as a representative.
Oh, everybody's got flying now.
I understand.
I don't know Carol, so... Sorry.
She goes, what was your name and badge number?
Oh, wait. Yeah.
She's writing that down. And your number?
Well, this is a service I made up. So you said the Magical Weather Council. The Department of Magical Weather Services, I admittedly made up, and I'm the only member, so there's no need for badge number. I mean, you saw me in Cowboy Town, alright? Come on. Like, I obviously know these guys. I did not.
Badge number 1.
I have never seen a player give up the ghost that quickly. Just like, yeah, I was lying, actually.
I mean, I was thinking the whole time, it doesn't make any sense that she saw me with these other 3, and now coincidentally I'm here, like, as, like...
She was gonna jump through the hoops of exposing you and, like...
Well, the record, Eve, was shocked. We're shocked at this. I mean...
No, you're not.
He had no idea he was a fraud.
I'm not a fraud if I made it up. I'm a part
By
of it.
definition, if you make it up and perpetrate it, it's a fraud.
She goes, listen, I understand your empathy. I don't like to put a 12-year-old girl behind bars, but this is frankly the only way that we can convince her to potentially lift this curse that she's placed on the town. She has no parents. Evidently, she's had no one around to instill a sense of beliefs or accountability. And unfortunately, the legal system is going to have to do that. I can't stop you if you wish to represent her, regardless of what qualifications you may or may not have. But I will warn you, we have a very tight case and a full confession from your client. This will not be an easy win.
I have a question for you. Okay? Pewter's a little moved hearing more about this parentless child with no religion.
Oh
I
no.
have questions for you. So you say that this is what happens when you have a young child with parents. If this child had a parent or guardian, what would then happen? Would they be held responsible? What happens?
If someone were to legally adopt the defendant,
Oh god.
they, admittedly, child protective services and adoption processes are not my normal. They're not normally what I cover. I imagine you would at the very least have access to sign paperwork, contracts, and such on behalf of your client. But of course, in the absence of anyone else, you would at least need permission from the child that you are adopting, as well as legal proof that you are able to take care of her.
Okay, well, that is no problem. I will claim this child. This will be my child.
Okay.
Hold on, what's that?
I
You
will
say
just-
she's 12?
Yes.
12 years old? Because, I played that ball, what was it, 13 years ago. Pewter, you're a wonderful human being. I'll respect you, man.
Excuse the pervert, but could we?
I think it's
could we
pretty
get the
obvious
info-
Corey is not your kid. So, I think there would
Could we
be
get
signs.
the information for Carol and those 3 witnesses?
Eve kind of sighs and she goes, "All right, I'll give you something. I don't think it will be enough to get you anywhere in this case, but I respect the hustle." She takes out a sheet of paper and she writes down a couple of names. She goes, "I can't give you the court record until you've demonstrated that you are officially, legally representing her in a full capacity, but the name of the 3 major witnesses are Fuchsia Stone spelled
Have you never said their names before?
I'm writing
Lots
the
of
name as
cases.
I'm saying it, and so I'm having to give me a second.
Okay, no, I understand. Words are hard sometimes. I get that.
Fuchsia Stone.
Fuchsia Stone,
Pewter might know her.
Morris
Sounds like a nice person.
Morris Thalmus, and Thomas Chill.
That guy sounds like an asshole, honestly.
I have a new main suspect.
Right. Anybody named Thalmus is just dangerous. That's right.
I think this is the chill.
Yeah, it's literally cold outside. Like, come on, guys. This should have been open and shut. Why we have child in the house?
And who was the guy or girl specifically accusing the client, or not my client, but specifically accusing Corey of being there? You said it was only one person.
That would be Morris. He is very insistent that he saw Miss Coonigan at the crime scene.
Interesting. Okay.
So,
and
quick
additionally,
go ahead, sorry.
Additionally, she gives you an address, and she goes, "This is your client's home. I imagine you already know that, but just in case you don't, and you wish to explore it further, there's no one home at the moment."
Right.
Okay, alright. I think I know what we need to do. I think that we should split up and 2 people go talk to these people, the chill guy who turned everything, and then me and somebody else, we will go back to the child and I will adopt her as my own. Worst case scenario, I will suffer the consequences instead of her.
Yeah, I don't see any problem with that.
And worst case scenario, we go with the insanity
defense. So, like, I mean, I think we're covered on a lot of bases here.
Right. Are you talking about for Pewter or for the girl?
Why not both?
I think this Thomas William Chill is the one we know. This Tom Will Chill. That's the guy we got to keep our eye on.
Where are you getting the name William?
Final go. Sorry.
I assume.
I have one final question for you, ma'am. What sentence are they seeking for this 12-year-old for all of this?
I personally have put forward life in prison with rehabilitation. The judge, however, as well as this town as a whole, is admittedly very upset with her. And from what I've discussed with the townsfolk, they have been upset with her for quite a while. I would not like to see it, but I could see a harsher punishment being carried down for Miss Conigan.
You know, you could just quit, right? Like, you're like, oh no, I'm putting child life in jail, maybe death. Like, you can just go home. Like, what the hell? Isn't it like,
Sure,
come
language.
on.
All of the day.
Something about Pewter being like, what the hell, man? Like,
What the hell?
she adjusts her glasses and she goes, Mr. Shale, was it?
Yes, that's right.
I understand that you have a certain degree of innocence when it comes to matters like this, but at the end of the day, for our system to work, certain things must be put in place and certain rules must be followed. I might not like every aspect of my job, but I have a perfect streak and I don't intend to end it.
Okay, you know, I'm going to be honest. It sounds like this is a bit of a game to you, you know? And my degree is not in innocence, okay? It is in Boulder law. And I take it very seriously, okay? So, we will see you in court, Miss Lady.
Right. And I find it very interesting. Life in prison, rehabilitation, which you never get to use because you never get out. So, bit of a waste.
When you see her home, you may understand why this sentence is more of a mercy than you might believe. And with that, she takes her paperwork and she walks out.
Well, I hope her name doesn't come up when it comes to community service for, the defendant. Ugh.
To kidnap her?
Well, yeah. Or should we? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think we have to kidnap her yet, Flynn, but we'll keep a pin in it. Maybe I misunderstand.
Okay.
Well,
I'm flop sweaty from that interaction.
and with that, Miles Eve Nightshade walks out the door.
Okay. All right, who's coming with me? We go back to check on child, possibly adopt. Who's going with? I assume Herb is head detective on that.
Yeah, I think I want to talk to Carol first.
Oh, she actually didn't give you Carol's number.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like the one person she
she's
didn't.
still around? Oh, is she not going to?
Carol was flown in. So, presumably...
But she's here, right? Just somewhere?
It sounded like she wasn't here anymore. Because the trial is basically over.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Can we also roll something to understand what flown in means?
On a dragon, or yeah.
Yeah, sure. Roll a intelligence check.
Oh, okay. Doing me dirty. I got a 3.
What did you think it was going to be a strength check?
No.
Yeah, you
Peter
can't.
thinks she literally grew wings and flew here.
And boy, are her arms tired. You were splitting into your two groups, one led by Pewter and one by Herb. Flynn, Priz, what's the split? Would you like to adopt a child or interrogate?
I call interrogation. I call interrogation. Please,
Herb.
we're going back to her.
Me and Herb are standing on opposite sides of the room, and we're both going, "Come here, come here, come on." Who does he love
Cat
more?
treats in my hand.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I'll resent you wiggling a string while you're saying it, Pewter, but I'm still going to come with you anyway.
Yeah. All right, so we got the PP team and and Flurb.
I guess we're Team Flurb.
Yep.
I don't know why that caught me so much.
We'll
Okay, let's go flurb it up, Priz. Follow me.
we'll go ahead and start with Flynn and Herb, which is obviously Team PP.
Obviously.
Wait, hold on. No, so it is. Okay, this is not helpful. Sorry.
Okay, we got Group 1 and we got Group B.
You even said group differently. It was like group run and group B.
All right.
All right.
This investigation is going swimmingly.
This is why we're not allowed to split the party first.
Instantly, everything falls
Maggie's
to
having a
pieces.
mental breakdown.
Someone said the word "split the party," and my brain went,
All right.
All right, we'll start with Flynn and Herb
Okay.
in an unnamed group. And as you travel to... Who are you...
Well, I guess we should discuss that verse. All right, Flynn.
Yeah.
So we've got Fuchsia, Morris, and Thomas. And Morris was the one who specifically accused Corey. So I'm thinking we do him last once we have the evidence to hit him with from the other two witnesses, assuming they don't say the exact same thing.
I agree. I mean, Thomas Chill was definitely my number one until the
Yeah,
whole
I'm still
witness.
suspicious about him.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they're working together. I mean, you can't have a last name of Chill in an island town. I think that's illegal or something.
Yeah, yep.
Hey, Herb, while I got you alone for a second, I know this investigation is really important, but I'm a little worried about our friend Pewter. Did you notice him, I don't know,
Trying to
acting
adopt a
stranger
child?
than usual?
Yeah, he was trying to adopt a
I mean,
child.
On top of that, I mean, the whole repeating words like he's skipping or can't finish a sentence. You heard that too, right?
Oh, yeah, I did notice that. I honestly just, no offense. Kind of just thought.
Equally weird, the adopting a strange child and also the weird speech behavior, but I don't know what's going on, but he's not acting like his usual self.
Maybe we'll roll some insight when we get back together.
Herb says, looking directly at the camera.
No, man, I'll definitely keep an eye out now that you mentioned it, but I had just assumed that was normal Pewter.
I mean, it happened when he didn't get enough sleep, and he's been very, very, very specific about 8 hours. So
That is true.
Side effects of skipping sleep may include slurring of speech, unable to finish thoughts, and urge to adopt small children.
Urge to make extreme life choices on a whim.
I just thought I'd mention it. We'll you know what? Let's try to keep him up like 10 minutes past his bedtime and see if it happens again.
Sure. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out. These could just be normal symptoms of not getting enough sleep.
That's true.
I don't know. I'll keep an eye out. I think you might be on something. He's just pretty strange all around, though.
But I mean, he's a big, lovable, strange guy. We're all
Yeah, no,
weird.
nothing against the guy, but like,
You guys,
I suppose we all got something going on, but
I love the
Peter
implication.
sneezing multiple times.
The idea that you guys split the party just so you could shit talk each other. That was the only reason. So where are you guys walking towards as you are chatting?
I guess just like top of the list with Fuchsia. How does that sound?
All right. You see that Eve has written places to find the people, and you see the Stone Inn, kind of top list next to Fuchsia Stone's name. I should point out
Right.
Stone is spelled Stown.
Stown. Fuchsia Stown. Okay, we should go to the Stown Inn.
I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm pretty sure Priz would have a joke about this.
I love.
Probably.
I also love that you definitely heard Eve pronounce it Stone.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you pretty quickly are able to find the Stone Inn, and you see, similar to a lot of the stores, that this inn/restaurant has fallen on hard times due to the snow.
I am
the
on the
warm
stand
inn would
for
be-
boot types.
As you enter the building, there are a couple people, nondescript, filtering around. Oh no. Chris.
We're talking to everyone, by the way.
But the most notable is a bulky dwarvish lady who steps out from behind the counter upon seeing two new faces. And she goes, "Yeah, hey, darling, what can I get you?"
We're looking for one Fuchsia Stone.
Yeah, you're talking to her.
Oh, great, fantastic. I'm Herb Gablano with the Department of Magical Weather Services here about the, I don't know if you noticed, but, it's snowing.
Yeah, no, I picked up on that, genius.
Yeah, it's real subtle, but, sorry, my brother's screaming. Give me one moment.
Maybe the
He's
smaller
working-
one wants to talk right now.
Yeah, no, I'm Phoenix Missile Right, and we hired this private investigator. We are defending. Yes, Irby, go ahead and take it away.
Sorry, the voices. Sometimes they get too loud.
Can I just say the first thing that jumped into my mind is you have like we didn't know about this, but you have a small like mutated twin attached to your back.
That's no.
He's like,
Nope, none of that.
Total recall style under the shirt.
Well, anyway, we got some information that you were at the scene of the crime in the town square where it all went down.
She crosses her arms and she goes, "Yeah, so what if I was? You here on part of the prosecution? I thought that little twerp was already on her way to
ma'am,
jail."
No, ma'am. We're not accusing you of anything. I'm just a private investigator hoping to learn what you saw.
Well, I mean, I
I
already
got my notebook and my pen.
I already said all of this in court the other day. This is
Well, I'm a private investigator. If you wouldn't mind humbling me, and I'll slide her 10 coins, 10 gold.
Okay, roll a persuasion check for me.
Can I get advantage because I'm bribing her?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Slide Maggie 10 real coins.
Yeah, I have 10 dimes in it for you, Maggie. Hold on. So the first one was a 10. God, this takes forever because it's laggy. I don't know why. Okay, number 2.
It really is.
I hit dice
I don't
thump.
know why.
thump.
12.
12. She kind of gives you an eye and she goes, okay, yeah, I was there. I was at the scene of the crime. I saw the big burst of magical energy as it flew everywhere, covering the town. I mean, scary stuff.
Herb. I'm like pulling at your sleeve. Is it time for bad cop?
I don't know what that means, but I you know what? Go for it. So you say
backflip
this
onto the table.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god. Roll an acrobatics check.
Oh no.
19.
Okay, yeah, you
I was
backflip
really
onto the
hoping.
table.
Oh, we did a Black Widow pose or something.
I land with my finger at her nose. I want the truth and nothing but the truth. We spotted you at the scene of the crime. How can we tell that you didn't do it?
Okay, what Bad Cop here is trying to say is
Flynn, roll
we
it.
have some suspicions about whether the suspect was actually the one who did it.
I do need Flynn to roll intimidation for me real quick.
Yeah, of course.
You guys doing bad cop, spin cop. PR cop.
That's a 16.
Okay. This is a woman that does not get frazzled easily. But with a 16, I think she's honestly more stunned by the backflip. She just goes, "Hey, now listen, I don't got a magic bone in my body, all right? Listen, I understand. You know, it seems like this is coming out of left field, but that ice brat's the only one in this town who could possibly do this."
Okay,
Is
and
that so?
Yeah, it's so.
right. Okay. Do you know anything about Morris Thalmus?
Yeah, no, he runs the components shop across the store from here.
Do you think he'd have any stake in particularly doing this? Is he magical?
I mean, I think he wishes he was. He sells magical components. But no, I mean, he's had his problems in the past, and he's definitely had his run-ins with the ice brat. She constantly breaks into his store and is stealing all his stuff. So
What you're saying is that he'd have interest in framing her for a pretty serious crime.
I'm not saying nothing.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
fingers to
Bad
her
cop.
face. I'm like pushing my finger on her nose, like, tell the truth.
You keep putting that finger in my face, I'm gonna bite it off.
I believe her.
Wait, really? You made it false again. Yeah, I think she's telling the truth too. And I like get off the table.
She kind of walks past you guys to start clearing off one of the tables. And, Flynn, you notice she is wearing a pair of stout worker's boots.
Okay. Based on where the boot was, how close to the barrel or the epicenter of the magic would she have been?
She would have been, all of them were a little bit a ways away. Hers were, not really close to the barrel. She was kind of far away, but she didn't claim to see Corey there. The only person who claimed to see Corey was Morris.
Oh wait, yeah, I guess we should probably have asked her that. Excuse me, sorry, Fuchsia, one more question. Did you actually ever see Corey at the scene of the crime?
I was a little distracted by the giant burst of magical energy that went off in the center of town.
That's fair, but that is a no then, correct?
No, I didn't see the brat.
Okay, thank you.
I backflip back onto the table. Did you see Morris?
Oh.
Yeah, I saw Morris. He was standing on the other side of the fountain,
What was he doing?
holding his arms up, trying not to get pelted by snow.
Interesting. No further questions.
Okay.
And slowly clamber down the table awkwardly.
She goes, yeah, I mean, someone has to wipe those tables off, you know.
My boots are immaculate! And then I run.
And Flynn is gone.
And this is just headcanon.
I
but
better
does
go
he
get
run
him,
with
and
both
I'll
arms?
take off after him.
Does he run with both arms out behind his back?
Very much so.
I mean,
absolutely.
you better believe it.
He thinks he's cool. Believe it.
Yeah. All right. We'll jump over to Pewter and Priz as they once again descend into the prison and approach.
Okay.
Team Flurb.
Yeah, Team Flurb.
Team Flurb.
As we're walking down too, I'm talking to Priz. As we were walking to the prison, I'm like, also Priz, I think that one key component that our friends have overlooked when we were talking earlier is I think we really need to find this barrel in question, because this barrel could have got, I feel like it is the key, So on their way to the prison, maybe they have like evidence room. We check in and see if there's barrel in there.
Right. Sure. Well, we can look for the barrel afterwards.
Well,
So-
on the way, it's like one long stairwell. Yes.
Yes. But on a bit more striking note, I mean, adopting a child is not like Tuffet or, a dead
Okay.
doll. I mean, this is kind of a big deal.
Also, please, I know, I have to remind you, but I asked earlier, please do not speak her name. And I look around.
I didn't even consider that Corey was the animal companion for this this arc.
That's exactly what I thought the second he said adoption.
I
Yeah.
just put those pieces together.
Peter has a problem.
The arc after this, he's
Praise.
gonna adopt a full-grown man. It's just
He's just gotta catch them all.
Priz, I should have asked you, because you said you have much experience, you have many kittens of your own. I guess what should I be ready for? Clearly this child needs help, and I think that the boulder has sent me here to help, so I have no choice. But what do you think?
I think your motives are noble, and actually,
Okay,
I'll
great.
never actually.
That's great.
But that said, I mean, you've got a bit of a wanderer lifestyle. I mean, where are we going to raise her? I mean, where would you settle down? Do you have a house? And who's going to look after her? And I mean,
Well, I actually, a fun fact, not that much of a wanderer. I stayed in one place most of my life. Percentage-wise, I think I've only been wandering for like 0.01%. So, pretty stable guy. In terms of house, though, I guess I thought she could just come stay at the Citadel. It seems
Right.
pretty safe. Well, it was safe. I think that it will be safe again, but we will have to see to that when we get back.
well,
The
I mean,
one who shall not be named, of course.
yeah, I mean, it's sorry about that, but yeah, I mean, it's not your heart, if you have one, is in the right place, I believe. So, I'll follow your lead, and you have to take you where your boulder leads you.
Oh, that's very well put, Priz. I'm going to write that down. And like a. Okay. All right. Well, all right. I'm glad you are 100% behind me with the adoption plan. Let's go ahead and then. Looks like we're here. Hello, Mr. Guard. You recognize us, of course. Very recognizable people. You could not.
Pewter's
Mistake.
talking to a unmanned armor rack that is not in fact a guard. As you walk down the long hallway to Corey's cell, as you approach the glass, she
Wait, did we see any barrels?
no.
Did we see an evidence room with a barrel in it?
You did not see any room labeled evidence room.
Damn.
But it might be upstairs. As you approach the glass, you see Corey was once again chipping away with her plastic spork. But she looks up at you guys and she puts her Michael Keyes poster back down. And she goes, well, look, if it isn't my doofus attorneys, Is it funny? Did you like my joke? It was very funny.
Oh,
I
yes.
thought about it for a while.
I thought it was a good joke, and it's I am
Because you are
appreciating your
doofuses.
humor. Oh yes, very good. And maybe I could mentor you and teach you to be more polite and nice to people. But I like the joke. But maybe we could be more polite.
Then
Which leads me to my main point, which I have.
yes,
I-
what is this point of yours?
Well, I have heard that you have no parents and no family, which I think is a tragic situation, but I am very understanding. I think you and I are actually a little more alike than we realized, and I think that you are being prosecuted in a bad way here in this town. So I would like to take you under my wing and act as your guardian moving forward, if that's okay with you. I have the ability to cast ceremony. And it doesn't explicitly say there is an adoption ceremony, but I assume that I could just change a few words around for like a wedding or a dedication or something, and then I could basically make it to be an adoption ceremony.
She goes, wait, hold on. You want to adopt me? I am a very capable person. I don't need someone to watch over me as if I am some little helpless pigeon, all right? I am not a pigeon. I am a falcon, all right?
I know you are not a pigeon. I am, and back me up here, Priz, but I am suspicious that you are a falcon. I mean, Priz, am I crazy here?
It is a simile metaphor thing. Figurative language.
I didn't get most of that, but I think that if you're up for it, it could just start as something where, like, we're getting you out of the bad situation. If something happens, I've overheard that they are trying to put you in jail for life or potentially to end your life if things unfold poorly. So, as your guardian, I think I would take the brunt of the punishment instead of you. So, it would be for your benefit.
Wait, hold on. Did you say that they were planning to, I thought that I would just get free room and board for life? I did not, did you say they were going to kill me?
Oh, you would get free room and board for life. It just might be, a few weeks.
Oh,
Yes.
that sounds, that I'm cool and I'm badass. That sounds so cool. I'm so okay with that turn of events.
Right, let me. My man Pewter here. I just want to speak on his behalf because, I mean, he's huge and an imposing, person. He's solid as a rock. But the reality is, he's got a good heart, and you could do a lot worse if you just want to consider him a big friend who could maybe, put you in a position where you can go from being a small falcon to a big falcon and then, make your own way in the world. And I think that's what your brother would have wanted.
Okay, well, which one of us can talk to my brother, okay? It's not you, kitty cat. On
the other hand, Pewter, we could just leave and she's probably fine.
Wait,
No.
before you do
Please.
that. Okay, I will temporarily, potentially, contingent on the potentially not me dying part. It's not, even so, I'd be totally cool if that happened. If you do the ceremony and the stuff happens, then that would make it so that I don't die. Is that what I'm understanding?
Well, yes. I think that in the worst case scenario, I would be able to petition to take responsibility for any wrongdoing. Also, on a side note, I rolled an insight for her like panicking earlier, and I got a natural one. So I do think she's very badass.
Yeah, she's very
You
badass.
know,
She's not afraid of death.
I can tell that this isn't even bothering you in the slightest, but I want to say that it bothers me. I cannot see you so young in your life throw it all away. So I would rather, they take a crack at me instead, and you can then just adventure with my friends in my place, and I will stay here forever.
Well, that sounds like a reasonable solution from two parties that are of equal standing. Obviously, it's really more like a business contract, it sounds like. We're like,
Well,
entering as
I would-
equal parties,
That's not how it works.
but you take all of the
Unfortunately-
blame if I commit a crime. So this sounds
Yeah,
great,
so-
actually. Yeah, no, sign
so
me
not-
up.
Okay, well, the agreement is what I was looking for. So I will go ahead and, well, hold on. I can't cast it through the stupid piece of glass thing here.
Well,
so
hold on.
I'm
No,
going-
there's a solution to this. Kumo, could you fog up the glass? And the glass is fogged. And she goes, okay, now if you just perfectly translate the contract onto the wall, then I could sign it through the wall, and you could sign it on the wall, and then that would solve the problem.
Peter.
I'll-
Well, man, I just got to step in for a second. Young lady, if he is taking your responsibility and he's stepping in for your punishment,
Did you also get adopted by him?
Not yet.
well, in a sense, but what I'm saying is, you got to level with us. I mean, what happened? Why are you here? Because he's willing to take the hit not knowing, but it's not fair to him. So if he's willing to do that, if there's any soul in you at all, I mean, you got to at least tell him what happened.
Okay, fine, whatever. It may have not been me. It might have been me. I'm not discounting that as a possibility. But I wasn't in the town when it happened. I was up on the top of the hill, visiting my parents' graves when the whole snowstorm hit.
So you're from this town.
But why would you say that it was you? I don't understand.
Well, a couple reasons. One, it might be me. I do have ice powers, and they are super cool. Look, I have turned this room into an icy wonderland, and it's cool, and I can do sick tricks. Watch this! And she's going to go and try and do a sick trick in the room. She eats shit.
Oh no.
It's not as cool a trick as you think.
she immediately slips and falls onto her back. There's an unsettling crack as her head hits the ground. And she
Okay,
stands
here's-
back up. And she goes, no, it's totally fine. I'm totally cool. That's
Hold on, I can fix this, and I've been waiting to try this. I shimmy to the side because there are walls that are stone or something, right? And it's not the glass. And I'm gonna take my maul, my not magical maul, and I'm gonna smash it through the wall to make a small hole.
okay.
the
Roll an
stone
attack on
wall.
the stone wall.
I will gladly. It was a 12 to hit, but let's all remember
It's an
inanimate
unmoving wall. Yeah. Go ahead and roll for damage.
It is 12 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. You smash into this wall with your maul. And it I would say you
It's thinking about
it's
this.
the wall is there's a little like rainbow circle that's rotating on the wall. It leaves
Door
a
was originally really, really wide, and
It
they just covered it with
leaves-
stone.
it leaves a hold on, I'm gonna roll. I didn't factor this in. I didn't factor in the blunt force to the stone wall.
That's right. Nobody factors in the blunt force. To the
Nobody expects. Nobody expects.
Yeah, all right,
a
yeah.
blunt force to
You
a stone
you
wall.
put a hole about the size of like a tennis ball, in the wall, and Corey looks surprised by this. She goes, "Oh, holy shit, that was crazy."
Yes, I'm
There's
very
no magical
strong.
alarms.
Hey, Peter.
That's what I
Peter,
rolled
can't
for.
Cast,
Oh, I see.
I can't cast a spell through the wall, but I can enhance your ability if you want to take another swing at it with bull strength. I'll give it to you.
I wouldn't
Oh,
do
well, I
that.
mean, right now I'm just trying to make sure she's okay. So here, walk over here, and I put my little finger, my big old finger, you said it's tennis ball size,
Yeah.
so, about finger size.
Uh-huh.
And I get a finger through, and I'm like, just touch my finger with your finger. And
Oh no,
will
I have
heal you.
seen this prank. I want none of your silly, oh, I farted jokes, alright? I am not
no,
stupid.
It is no prank. Look, the finger glows, and the finger starts to glow.
She, E.T. style, puts her finger against your finger.
Okay, I heal, cure wounds. I heal 8 damage on her from her falling and cracking her head on the ground.
She goes, oh, cool. You made my headache go away. My, randomly occurring and in no way associated with any actions that I undertook headache. That's cool of you.
That's good. I'm glad you feel better. Okay, now if you touch the finger again, I will begin the ceremony to become your guardian. And it doesn't have to be permanent. If you change your mind, I understand, but I just want to help you out of this situation. I promise I am being straightforward here.
I will agree on one condition. You need to
Okay.
adopt my brother Kumo as well.
All right, well, lucky for him, and then I punch another hole in the wall and stick a second finger through.
He is on the side of the wall with you.
Oh, okay, well. All right. You tell him just to touch me somewhere on my
Oh,
hand.
he's already
gonna-
already right behind you. I am
They're going to
just
charge us for this.
Yes, Priz?
No, I'll just never mind. Wait for a guard to come down here and ask why we're trashing the prison. Never mind. I got this.
they never
we were
come down
attend-
here.
And now I am her guardian. I had to attend to my ward and make sure she was not injured. I feel like they would understand.
I understand. So I'm going to take out the pan flute and I'm going to play a nice little melody while you do the ceremony.
That's good because so far no guards have come downstairs.
No,
so
they
that is a
never
good
come
idea.
down here. It's the
You should-
craziest thing.
You should play loud music, Priz, so they definitely won't come down here. And
So I pull out my war gong. No, I'm kidding. I don't have one. I don't have it on me.
You play your flute loudly as Pewter, you begin the ceremony to adopt Corey and Kumo Kunigan.
Yes.
Yeah, they will not be changing their last names, or else my silly little pun goes away.
That's fine. Shale can just be their middle name.
Yeah. I'll say you are successful in the ceremony. It is strange to think of the adoption ceremony as not a legal matter but a magical one. I don't know necessarily what this entails. But
Think about it in the eyes of the boulder. I am now sworn to protect them as if they were my own. I am their guardian. So legally may not hold so much water, but in boulder law, it's rock.
A person only he can hear told him this child is his,
Yeah.
and he's going to be taken.
And the child is
I
fully
know.
buying it.
By the way, I'm going to cast message again for a long time to Pewter.
You walk a tight line. I don't say that in person.
No, I say, this is the boulder. I am proud of you.
What? Oh, that is good. I am proud that you are proud of me. That makes me full of joy.
Oh,
I will take care of these children, Boulder. I'm saying this telepathically.
Oh, okay.
It's like the response to the message. I will take care of these children in your name. I swear to you that they will see no harm. Well, except for the ghost one, but I promise it will not be any worse off than how I adopted them.
Corey goes, so will this turn me into like a big stony monster, or am I going to, like, what's the sitch there?
Well, I think with enough training, I can make you big and strong. I don't know this, first we need to make sure you're getting enough protein. So eat these, and I push some rocks through the hole.
She goes, I don't think that okay. And she like squints at them, and you see her like go to take a bite, and then she's like, I don't think that this is food. I think that this is a rock that you have handed me. I see what you have done now. I understand.
I'm eating rocks. I'm just eating them as she's saying all this.
She goes, no, okay, watch this. And she takes a step back, and with a bit more competence than her sick ice tricks, you see her cast magic from inside her cell. And ice surrounds her in a formation very similar to how the stones on pewter are arranged. And she basically puts herself in a little ice mech suit. And she goes, I am just like you. See?
Pewter is like genuinely happy. He's like smiling. Like very, very like lit up right now. Okay, this actually, Prez, you are right. This is absolutely the best decision. I feel already good about this decision, and I am not at all worried if I do end up having to be executed in some function. We will see to that later, though. Speaking of Ward, we must do our best to protect you, so we might have to go to make sure that the trial is a fair one. And in the worst case scenario, I will come here to take your place.
That sounds reasonable, I suppose. If you want to go to my house to look for like clues and stuff, Kumo can show you the way, and he can give you a little house tour. He will leave his icy handprints all over. Actually, they're not icy. They are steam. See, it's two sides of same coin. I do the ice and he does the clouds. It's very fun.
It is fun. I love that.
So like a game of ice and fire. Okay.
So, I don't know if that's a weird thing to say, kitty cat.
How do
You said you're ice and he's fire.
No, I said he's steam. It's very different.
How do you play the game of Ice and Fire, Priz? What kind of game is that? A drinking game or something?
On that note, we're going to jump back over to Flynn and Herb. And I'm gonna put on some. Nope, not this one. I have cool noir detective music, which I think I'm excited to be able to use. There's like a saxophone and everything. You all are currently exiting the stone inn, and you have uncovered some new information. I will say, could you both roll perception checks for me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just be a sec.
No, you're good.
That would be a dirty 20.
Okay.
Could I include that as an Anya check, please?
Yes, you may.
5.
5. Okay, Herb, you don't notice anything. Flynn, you look around. You don't see Anya right now.
Oh, okay, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you do see, potentially more alarmingly, the barrel.
Oh, God.
Wait, just one barrel in this town? Like one singular barrel?
The barrel.
barrel.
It actually has it's printed in big bold. No, the barrel that was mentioned that Corey was supposedly standing on top of, is currently still on the crime scene. If you would like to go look at it.
Herb.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this may sound crazy, and I'm kind of losing myself a little bit in this investigation. This is not the person who I thought I was. Anyways, that barrel looks like the barrel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's just
Okay.
like this presence.
We-
I don't know.
You know what? I trust your intuition. It's been good so far. Let's go check out
That's
the
right.
barrel.
It's my ability to stay cool under pressure that makes me a great lawyer.
Yup.
As you approach the barrel, you notice that it does have a logo printed on the side, and that what you thought previously was a standard wooden barrel actually appears to have some sort of metal lining, allowing it to preserve any number of things. And printed in big, bold letters, fun, neon green and purple, you see the word Kewl, spelled Kewl, with a little trademark symbol in the top right corner.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm sorry. This is probably pointless. I don't think we learned anything from this. I'm sorry.
No.
I don't know what I was thinking.
No, I think you're onto something. It's spelled really poorly, or like one of those names that's spelled really wrong that people think are cool. But it's look on the inside. It says "cool" in here.
Well, it actually is printed on the outside of the barrel. If you would
Oh,
like to
on
open
the
it, you
outside.
can look in.
Yeah, I'd like to open it.
You pry open the barrel, and inside appears to be some sort of product in what looks like a spray bottle. And as you read kind of the logo, it says Kewl Co's Cool Chill Mist Spray with like 5 exclamation points all over in the middle of words. It's quite radical.
Wow, that's really convenient. Okay, do we have like a hotel room? Have we booked like a hotel room that we're staying at? 'Cause-
I mean, there's the inn that you just left.
All right. Here, Flynn, help me with this. Or maybe you go get a room. I'll be right in after you. I think we should store this here. Store this in our room.
Intuition says to see if there's anything left, and I go to try to push the spray bottle.
Oh, maybe don't do that.
Push as
maybe
it,
we
like
collect a
spritz it?
sample of.
Yeah, just spritz a little bit.
Maybe we collect a sample and we don't destroy all the evidence.
Flynn, are you aiming it at anything in particular?
What it was previously aimed before.
So, at Herb.
Just a little light tap.
Herb, you are spritzed with the Kewl mist, and you immediately feel cold, which would be great in a refreshing summer town, but right now really, really sucks. You are uncomfortable, and it is cold.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
don't.
So, do you want to go get that hotel room? I think we should hide this until we have all the pieces. But I think I have a feeling I know who put this here.
Whoever did, they were pretty cool, and I
Probably.
can't wait to find out.
Yeah,
Cool.
pretty cool.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
So, can we go get a hotel room and store
Yeah.
and use it as a temporary evidence? Log?
Sure, yeah. We can kind of skip the semantics of that. You get a
Okay,
hotel
alright.
room and you roll the barrel
All
up.
right. All right.
No one suspects anything.
I mean, yeah, sure. All right. So, do
That's
you
the
want
only
to go?
barrel in town.
Yeah. Pewter is gonna
The barrel.
Pewter is
They've
gonna be
never
looking
seen a barrel
everywhere for that barrel.
I
He's dragging my
hate
ass
that we're
all
gonna-
over this town.
I hate that we're gonna have to admit to Pewter that
The barrel
he was
was
right
important.
all along. And the barrel was important. I really hate that,
Um,
but props to the guy.
But
You know what?
Okay.
Oh,
Hey, you
you
I
as
just-
no breaking the fourth wall. You don't know shit.
You're thinking, you're just imagining that's what I'll say.
as you do move the barrel, though, there is still the ring where the barrel was standing, so you can kind of track where the barrel was. But once again, Pewter's
Yeah.
gonna walk into this crime scene and be like, "The barrel is gone."
Okay. So, do you want to go check out this Thomas Chill? I'm pretty sure it was probably Morris. I'm getting that feeling. He owns the spell components shop, and there's a giant ice spell bomb in the middle of town. But I want to see what Thomas has to say about the.
I agree. I'm not gonna write off Fuchsia Stone though yet because she did try to bite me.
Well, I would have also tried to bite you, so.
Herb.
Well,
You
well, let's not go there. So I wouldn't be pointing fingers in people's faces around these parts. Very bitey.
Okay, I'll let you take the lead, and you just give me the nod, and then I'll do bad cop.
I think you know what you had a pretty good handle on that. I think it needs to come. I think it needs to be spontaneous and come from the heart. So I think you're good. You do it whenever you feel is
I'll
best.
stay loose. I'm ready.
All right. Okay. So we are now headed towards wherever Thomas Chill
Right.
lives. Works.
Yeah. In words that make a little bit more sense to you now with context, Eve has written Kuel Corp next to him.
Oh.
And as you approach the directions that she's given you, you spot, surprisingly well hidden for as large as it is, a factory with the words Kuel Corp written on the side. And while they've tried to snazz it up with some fun, bright neon green and purple paint, it looks like a nuclear waste facility. It is positioned right on the water, and there is a heavy plume of smoke that is pouring out of multiple pipes towards the sky that you previously had written off because it has been perpetually cloudy and snowing since you arrived here. But yeah, I mean, this place doesn't look like it is super environmentally friendly. As radically and groovy as it's painted.
I see. Okay, and so he's in there. Theoretically, is this? I assume his place of work.
Yeah, I mean, you know the fairy godmother's cabin in Shrek 2.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
It's-
do.
It's like that. You walk in and there's a front desk.
Okay.
And you see on the wall there is a painting of the CEO with the words Thomas Chill written beneath it.
Is there a receptionist of some kind?
Yeah, there's a receptionist, and they kind of look at you as you enter, and they're like, yeah, how can I help you?
I'm Herb Gablano with the Department of Magical Weather Services. Is there any way we could speak to your boss?
Mr. Chill is very busy at the moment. I can see
Yeah.
if I can pencil you in like 8 months.
Where is he?
I can't disclose his personal information. You can roll intimidation if you'd like.
Yeah, I think I'd
All
like to. I was hoping maybe.
Yeah.
I was hoping maybe Bad Cop might.
I'm like trying to.
I'm
gauge
gonna
when
like
to jump
kick.
in.
I'm gonna like kick Flynn in the like ankle and be like,
Flynn is doing his like idle pose where he's like tapping his boots and like looking around.
No, I'm about like 4 or 5 false starts when I'm like ready to jump, but I'm like, oh no. I will do yet another somersault backflip, landing hopefully with my finger pointed directly at her face.
Okay. Go ahead and roll acrobatics for me.
Well, not as great, 13.
Okay. Yeah, you don't land quite as smoothly, and instead you accidentally poke her in the eye, and she goes, "Ow! What the like hell?"
Oh, I mean, I meant to. I will hold you in contempt. And I recenter my finger at her face.
Like,
You will take me to your leader.
I have contempt for you. Like, jeez.
I flash my amulet very quickly. I don't want to arrest you.
You're a lawyer. Wait, no, you're a cop. Never mind.
Wait, you're like a
I forget
cop?
which.
You didn't tell me you were a cop.
I showed you a
lot of
badge.
things.
You said you were like for the Weather Channel or something.
Wow. Okay. Department of Magical Weather Services, not to be scoffed at. Very real.
Roll a deception check for me.
Can it be persuasion since I am technically a part of the Department of Magical Weather Services since I made it up?
You also
And,
said that
real.
Flynn was a cop.
They're the same role for me. I just
Am I
Yeah, I'll
helping
be
with
deception.
it, or is he on his own?
You can help him, but it is a deception check.
That's
in
an
my
18.
mind. Okay.
And
She
I got
goes,
21.
Nice. Yeah, she goes, okay, fine, whatever. If you're cops, you can go in. And
Okay, but like, where is he?
It's like one big hallway. You'll figure it out. And she kind of gestures to the
Okay.
door.
Thank you.
No funny business.
She opens, the door opens, and sure enough, it is one really long hallway. And it is like, there's glass windows where you can see, like, what would be like a production line. But it's almost like a Disney ride level of like Seussical style mechanical hands coming out and like putting together the bottles. It's almost comical as you walk down.
Okay.
And at the end is two bright orange doors.
I guess we knock.
You hear a voice go, yes, come in!
Okay. And we
Oh, just Oh, hello!
Oh.
Welcome!
Thomas, I presume.
Thomas Chill, at your service. And he stands from his desk and walks over. Put her there! And he holds out a hand.
I'll tentatively shake his hand.
He has a firm handshake. He's holding your hand, he takes his other hand, he puts it on top, he kind of like shakes it.
Okay.
Yeah. He goes, "It's a pleasure to meet you. And who's your friend here?"
I'll be asking the questions, thank you.
"Oh, we got a tough one. I like your gusto."
Oh, okay. All right. Well, straight to business. We heard you were at the scene of the crime. I should introduce myself. Herb Goblino, Department of Magical Weather Services. I'll show my fake, like, minor illusion badge or whatever I keep making.
He goes, "Well, if we're doing full titles, my name is Thomas Chill.
Oh,
I am the CEO and founder of Cool Corp."
yes. Okay, so we had information you were at the scene of the crime.
A dastardly
for
business,
this
that.
snowstorm. Yes. Can you tell us more about that?
Well,
Just walk us through what happened.
it was a startling event, to be sure. A big kablamo, kablooey, as the whole town was swamped in ice. It certainly hurt my business. I mean, I sell a cool, refreshing mist, and no one has any desire to do that with the weather as it is. So, you know, I'll be real thankful when that little criminal's put behind bars.
About the little criminal, did you actually ever see Corey at the scene of the crime?
I'm sure she was there. I may not have seen her myself, but there's simply no one else in this wonderful town of ours that could have possibly done it.
Right. Do you have a list, perhaps, of recent customers who have purchased your cool spray? I
Why,
assume that's what it's called.
the list would be too vast.
Well, I mean, like, pretty recent, though. Like, since, like, maybe, like, a week before. Okay. Like, pretty recent, though.
I'm looking for a desk to jump on. I'm scanning. I'm looking. There's gotta be something.
I mean, yeah, he has a big desk in the center of the room. But he's
Okay,
facing
even if
away
it's
from
far
it.
away from him. Yeah, I was gonna say, I figured if I will slowly walk behind and then do a somersault onto the desk.
He turns to you, Flynn. He goes, "Very impressive," and he kind of claps.
Don't patronize me. You're on thin ice.
I think we're all on thin ice, buddy.
Okay, but I really need to see your ledgers.
And I really need to see a warrant.
Oh, okay. I'd like to cast suggestion on
Yeah, all right.
which is a Wisdom 13 saving throw, and basically if he fails, I get 2 sentences and he has to do it as long as it doesn't directly harm him.
Okay.
What if it directly harms his business?
That's a nat 1.
That's... Oh, okay. So, my 2 sentences are going to be, did you set off the ice... Wait, no. Tell me if you set off the ice bomb in the middle of town, and give me the ledger of people you've sold to recently.
He goes, "I did not set off the bomb." And then he walks behind his desk and withdraws a ledger and hands it to you.
Thank you so much. See, that wasn't that hard.
He blinks and, like, you see him. He's got the customer service smile this whole interaction. And you see his eyes, like, slowly drift down to the ledger in your hand. And he goes, "I fear there may have been some sort of misunderstanding."
Perhaps. Okay, and I'm gonna skim through the ledger for.
Yeah, no, he's gonna try and reach over and grab it from your hands.
Right. Well, so. I guess is that like opposed dexterity?
Yeah, yeah. We'll do opposed. He's gonna roll a dexterity against your strength because you're trying to keep it from him.
Okay. So just a straight strength roll, or what? Like is...
yeah, or athletic, or yeah, no, strength.
So I just at the top. Okay, I do not have great strength.
I keep forgetting that you wouldn't have great strength because I see like barbarian clothes and I'm like, yeah, no, clearly he's got high strength, and then I remember that you're
right now,
a
goblin.
trench
It's the
coat
goblin
and
thing that
fedora.
throws
Right,
you.
that's a 6, so he probably gets it back.
Yeah, he yanks it out of your hand and he goes, "That is personal property."
Right. Well, I'm.
But you saw you didn't really get to glance at it for very long. You do see that obviously the recent snowstorm is significantly hurting his sales.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's not anything new. It looked like he was doing fine before the snowstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Chill, what is the biggest, baddest spray you have?
He turns to you and he goes, "Your silly little antics aside, I need you both to get the hells out of my office."
Okay, so he's not a real cop, and like neither am I. So we're like going to explode your head if you don't cooperate with us. So... I'd like to roll intimidation on that one.
I hold my hands up.
That might be a 7, but maybe.
Might be a 7.
I was wondering how long Herb was going to be able to maintain this.
I love Herb. I love Herb.
If something's going bad, I will have to try to grab the ledger and just try to book it.
Okay. He rolled another nat 1.
Oh my god, thank god. That was too cool to not succeed.
He...
Yeah, Herb just pulls out a rock.
That's so much more intimidating, because, like, explode your head could mean, like, a magical bolt, but pulling out a rock and saying, "I'm gonna explode your head" is so much worse.
So graphic.
Okay. He goes, okay, you can have the ledger. It's fine. Just, get out of my office, please.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, he hands you the
We'll take
ledger.
it and leave.
Okay. you have thoroughly intimidated Tom Chill. As you all are leaving Cool Corp, I need you both to roll perception checks for me.
Okay. There's another barrel.
A second
A second,
second
plot.
barrel lying secret somewhere in the
Second
town.
plot
Watch out.
dependent barrel.
12 for me.
Okay.
Hold on, it's loading. A 7 again.
Oh boy. All right. Flynn, as you are walking, there's something that smells funky in the air, and not a good funky.
Oh, Herb. I know you get excited about intimidating, but that is rank.
Goblins don't fart.
Add it to the rule book.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Goblin goes.
Yeah, they like brutally murder people.
That's a
They
bold
brutally
face
murder
lie. I'd like
people.
to do deception versus his insight. If... Hold on,
This is
it's taking a second.
prediction that will change how I view goblins in the future.
Okay, it's an 8. I think you win. I cannot roll good. Yeah, okay, so you win. You know I'm lying, but either way, I didn't fart.
Something is wrong in this factory, and you aside,
Okay.
I wonder if there's something wrong with the spray. Like, can we like look around as we're ushered out?
Sure.
I think we should look around, but my
It's-
thought was the guy who like works on like with the potion ingredients could probably like reasonably amplify it. And while we're walking, I'm like looking through the ledger to look for Morris Thalmus, like towards the end of where like the sales start dropping off.
Yeah, you do see like well, I'll say this. Two things. One, you encountered the smell when you exited the factory outside, not indoors.
Okay.
But two, as you're reading the ledger, you find that he's not making individual sales to people. He's selling to businesses that then stock the product in their stores. So, like,
Right.
the Stone Inn carries it. And the store that you have labeled as Morris Thalmus's store, Potions for the Discerning Gentleman, is also a much smaller quantity was sold to him. But nearly every store in the town has been stocked with this stuff, and there are several sales outside of Vestal.
Okay, so that wasn't as helpful as I'd hoped it would have been, but
Yeah, I really thought the bad cop routine would work, but look, I think we need to get everyone together for Morris. I have this feeling if he's the culprit, we might get into some sticky business.
yeah, I think we should follow our noses and see what the smell is.
Are you sure that's... Never mind.
Yes, I'm sure. I would not compromise an investigation to hide a fart, I'll promise. I take my fake job I made up very seriously.
This is getting added to the resume later. Meanwhile, with Pewter and Priz, the adoption ceremony completed. Pewter and Priz, where would you like to go next?
Team Fleur, where are we going?
I was actually going to recommend that we meet up with the others to discuss what we had learned. And then, so that's kind of what I had been talking to Priz about.
Okay.
And if possible, I was kind of hoping we could, since they're leaving a place and it's not a big town, we could hopefully like run into each other.
Yeah.
in,
You
like,
could
the
you
middle
could
of
just text us. I mean, we have sending stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
One-
right.
Yeah.
That's true. One side note on the way out of the jail as we went through the city hall area past the jail, I quickly wrote down like a very brief adoption paper and just dropped it off with a it was like a give to Eve.
I'm
And
just
it was like
I'm just imagining this like post-it note with a crayon scribbling like Pewter Shale
Hey.
adopt.
No.
Corey
It
Codigan.
wasn't Pewter. Pewter didn't write it. Pewter was doing the ceremony.
No, I
wrote-
know. I'm just imagining you
without
drafting up an entire document on a walkover.
No, it says Pewter Shell adopted on this date. It's official.
It's official.
Signed,
Heart.
witness, Brisonier. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah. I just want to let you know that if we meet Eve again, there's a note to her.
I appreciate it,
Yeah.
Priz. No, it means a lot.
Well, you did it in the eyes of Boulder. I just wanted the courthouse to have a record before you
And
say that.
love is truly in the eyes of the boulder.
Yes, I actually don't know if the boulder has eyes. I have not thought about that, but that is something to think about while we check the evidence room for any barrels. Because, Priz, I really just have to say once more. I know I keep hounding on this, but I think that the barrel is the key.
Pewter, I'm gonna need you to roll an investigation check to search for barrel.
Okay, I'm doing it. Oh, I got a 12 this time with my
12.
-1. That's not that bad.
Yeah. There's a damn conspiracy going on here, Pewter. There's no barrels here anywhere, but that's the key to cracking this case.
Crack it wide open. Is there anything in the evidence room that would be helpful?
Interestingly enough, no. There honestly is very little evidence. No, I mean, it's
Interestingly enough, for a closed case, no evidence.
yeah, no, I mean, it a lot of this case seems to be built on eyewitness testimony, magical capabilities, professional opinion that they brought in about weather, and most importantly, the confession of the person being accused. So they honestly did not collect that much evidence, and nothing really seems of note. But that damned barrel.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Hey, Priz, have you seen the barrel anywhere? Am I missing something?
No, and I mean this. I don't know how many rooms we've looked in. I haven't found a barrel yet, but
Okay.
I'm sure it's out there somewhere, and maybe Team PMP had better luck than we did.
Well, I mean, they were very clear that they did not think the barrel was as important as I did, so I'm sure that they have not really dedicated time, But here's what I will say. We should go check with them, and we should, put all of our heads together. The one last thing I want to do, and, this does take quite a bit of my energy to do. I can only do it like 3 times. It's like a slot. It's like I have 3 of them, and I'm using one to cast the invisibility.
You sound like someone else I know who talks in, that way.
But I have literal slots. I don't want to get.
Yeah, no, he has little like glowing lights that are like.
Okay.
Blink out as I use the energy, and then if
I'll
I get
stand
8
corrected.
hours, I get 8 hours to recharge. They all light back up. It's very beautiful, like a tree of lights. I don't know why. Anyway, I can now see anything that is invisible. I'm looking for invisible barrels,
Of
just so
course,
everyone
of
is
course.
clear. But I can see any invisible creatures and objects as if they were visible, and I can see into the ethereal plane. Ethereal creatures and objects appear ghostly and translucent.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh,
No,
that's
that's
perfect.
I didn't know that Pewter could do that.
Yeah,
No
so
one did.
my eyes, just for reference, it's like almost like a lens going down over is kind of what it is. Like they're usually like blue lights, and they kind of like alter and become like I'll say like purple.
So while you are peering into the ethereal plane, you most alarmingly don't see any barrels. But as like on much smaller and more minor notes, Kumo does come into focus. And despite his ominous appearance, he kind of gives a little wave. And he's just sort of been following you around, kind of twiddling his thumbs. But now that you can kind of get a closer look at him, if you want to roll any sort of check on his condition, you can do so, because this is the first time you're really getting to like look at him without him immediately disappearing.
Okay. Hey there, sport. I guess I'm your guardian pewter now. Do you want me to roll perception or medicine? Or...
I would do.
Hey, Peter.
I would do
Peter,
medicine.
Are you talking to the little guy? Can you see him?
Oh yes. So actually, Priz.
Listen, I was going to say I can't see him, but maybe I could inspire you if you needed a little extra help in contacting him. I could play you a ditty, and you could maybe get another shot at talking to him if you need it.
I mean, he
Okay.
seems fine. I mean, like, he doesn't look like he's going
Priz,
away.
You never need an excuse to play music. I love to hear your music. It's so wonderful. Please.
So I'm using bardic inspiration in case he needs to get past whatever roll he rolled to do it. All right, so he can get an extra roll on ability checks, attack, throw it, save, whatever.
Well, it's still not that. But
What?
it's an extra die.
Yeah.
Wait,
Also, do you need to roll for the thing that you did, or can you just do it?
Medicine?
No, the ability that you did to see it is just happens.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
happens.
But you had him roll medicine.
Okay,
so
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
I didn't know if he needed an extra roll.
I actually could use it on the medicine roll
Yeah.
because I only got
Yeah.
a 6.
Yeah,
so what's
so he
the
gets an
bardic
extra
die?
roll.
Is it a D8?
It's you get as a blah, 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 within 60 feet. Okay, it's 1d8 for 10 minutes. The creature can add it to one
Okay.
ability check. 1d8.
I'm rolling the extra D8. Let's see. Oh, I got an 8. So that's going to be 14 total.
Alrighty.
There you go.
You
was
you have
good.
a very cursory understanding of medicine outside of Stonekin, but you do know this to be the truth from your experience. When fleshy creatures get really cold, they have a tendency to turn blue, and this boy appears to be blue. And you actually do see kind of remnants of frost and stuff on him, as if he has been frozen. But he's, despite, again, his ominous look, I don't have more art of him, so you're just gonna have to trust me. He gives you a smile and a thumbs up and kind of like gestures for you to follow him. And even though his mouth is moving, you can't hear anything that he's saying. But he seems just as excited as his sister in terms of following you guys around.
Okay, well, it's oh man, I just thought of this is so stupid, but I forget about Priz's ring to change the letters and stuff.
Oh, right.
And I can't unsee this now, but C invisibility could be turned into B invisibility. So
All bees are
bees
invisible.
Would be
Oh
invisible.
no! That paired with the cantrip
Right.
into the bees.
You could throw the jar in a room, and then I turn them
no.
invisible, and everyone just starts inflating.
Oh no!
The silent killers.
Oh god!
Yeah, if we find the person who killed this child, Peter would not be against the invisibility being
Torture, yeah.
put into
Ring is
effect.
always available to you, my friend.
All right. Well, Priz, he wants us to follow him. I know you can't see, but he's going this way. It's a little tricky because sometimes he walks through the walls, so I'm going to try my best not to. Let's.
You see him start to walk through a wall, and when you say that, he stops and like backs up and like makes a conscious effort to like go towards the door and walk out the door.
Oh, well, that's very nice. He's a nice guy.
DM question.
Yeah.
If I turned Pewter, if I polymorphed him into a ghost, would he be able to follow
That's not how
him?
polymorph works, I don't think.
Well, it changes.
Yeah.
It changes it into a creature as a ghost.
Yeah. I
I
don't know
believe
about that.
polymorphing someone
Fine.
into a ghost is just called killing
Killing
them.
them. Yeah.
That's what Herb's gonna say next
Well,
time.
that's
He's
the
gonna
permanent.
polymorph you to a ghost.
Permanent solution.
Oh boy.
Okay, we'll pass on that.
Oh.
Chris, I like the idea, but
Wait,
yes.
No, the most impressive part about it is that it's permanent.
All right, so off we go. But I'm hoping we run into our friends when we get outside.
Not
so
gonna text us still.
okay, all right, okay, hold on.
Hey, Herbs,
Yeah,
Because I
it's
just-
like the Professor
I just
Oak
thought-
dialogue where it's like, sometimes you just hear Herb's voice, like, sometimes it's important to use your phone when you're in trouble.
Okay, all right, I get it. All right, Priz, I just had a crazy idea, and I pull out my sending stone and I say, "Call Herb."
Call
you
him.
have my sending stone.
Ah, God.
Hey, Pewter,
I'd like to
your
remind you.
stone's ringing. Your stone's ringing, my friend.
Oh, hold on, let me answer this. Hello.
Hello?
Oh,
we've been
done
through this before.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait, it's
okay.
talking a little bit different. I think I just broke into the mirror dimension.
Pewter, it is
Peter-
me from a different timeline. You
Oh
must
God,
not
oh God,
hang
I
up.
don't want to know. I hang up. You're not, Priz, if that ever happens to you, sometimes it's best not to know. Okay, hold on. Call Flynn.
Flynn, your pocket starts buzzing. It's
Herb,
it's
one
going
second.
like.
Oh.
This is not the ringtone I set, but hold on. What is
It's
this?
okay, man.
Oh, wait a second.
Do you-
Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Hello?
Flynn.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, Flynn. It's me, your good friend, Peter
Hold on, the sound's coming in a little gravelly. 1 second.
That's pretty racist.
Pewter's
not
slowly
He can say
gaining.
that.
Yeah, Pewter's slowly understanding sarcasm. That's really his narrative arc.
Flynn, all that aside, I think it's best we meet up. Because unfortunately, we have not had a lot of luck over here. All we found is that the barrel is nowhere to be seen at all, even in the invisible world. But we did find out that the girl did not do it. She said actually it was not her. She was out of town visiting her parents' graves. And also the ghost boy is trying to take us somewhere important, but I thought it is the best if we were all together.
I think that's a great idea. We found out a lot of stuff. We found a dwarf that wanted to bite me. We found a guy who has a really smelly factory. And I think the prime suspect is a discerning gentleman. I'm not quite sure. But there was a barrel.
No way. You found the barrel?
I don't know if it was the barrel, but it was a cool barrel. Like, cool barrel.
It sounds like a really interesting barrel.
Yeah, wait, hold on a second. And I turn. Do I see him like in the town square? So like, can I wave at him?
Yeah, we're standing 10 feet away from you.
Yeah, it's the part where like it was the film with the split screen, and then they look over and the split screen disappears, and you realize they were in the same frame the whole time.
Yeah, the heist movie where we're
Yeah.
all in different
Yeah.
rectangles.
You look over and I'll actually say if you guys are both like walking out into the main area, this town is kind of like, as you can see in the picture, it's on this hill and it's sort of just this serpentine that goes up. So from certain parts of the town you can look down and basically see the rest of the town. So I would say you guys probably could see each other and wave.
I wave.
Yeah, I wave back.
Kumo
Hey,
waves.
Flynn, you can't see it, but my ward is waving to you.
You cast a ward? Spells? What are you saying?
No, well, a spell was involved. It was more like a dedication. I am actually now the proud papa of 2 young ones. I am their guardian. And
What
one
kind of
them.
animals are they? I mean, we have Chunky back home, and
So?
the thing that shall not be named, but
Yes, yes, the thing that we don't talk about or name in any way. That is no longer affiliated with Pewter Shale or the Boulder. It is. I will have to. There will be a reckoning in that department. But yes, this is my ghost boy Ward. He is the one that we saw earlier.
Herb, it's
Yep.
Pewter on the phone. Here, you want to talk to him?
Sure. Okay. Hey,
Wonderful.
Peter.
It's me, Pewter Shale.
Yes, I heard that. Okay, so you want to walk over to us? I can explain on the way, but we found a bunch of
that makes
information about the case.
Peter,
Sure.
despite them being in one direction, Kumo is gesturing frantically and pointing at the water, insistently.
Okay, I think you guys should come to us actually, because my son is trying to go swimming and he needs to be supervised, and so
What?
we should listen. I don't
Your
understand
son?
fully, and I don't know if those.
Wait, I thought you were adopting the girl. Who is this?
Well, I
Did you
also
adopt both of them?
I did. Yes.
Oh.
Well, you know what they say. One is good. 2
Herb,
is.
tell him about the spell. Herb.
What spell are you? Hold on. One second. What spell, Flynn?
The smell, the funky smell. Does he
Oh,
smell it?
the smell, not the spell. Okay.
Yeah.
There's this really weird smell at this factory. We really need to investigate this. We kind of like threatened the owner's life. Well, I did that.
That's not
And
very
we
nice.
feel like we should probably collect as much evidence as possible before he covers it up.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
I think
we're
the swimming
already
might
here.
might need to wait.
Well, he's going into the water. I think, if I'm being honest, I looked at the boy. I think that the one who is no longer with us in a physical sense, I think he froze.
Yeah, I got that.
Froze to death, and I'm perceiving that perhaps he did go for a swim, and then it did not work out so well, and now he is a ghost. So,
Well, he's already dead, and we don't know how long this factory is going to be stinky. So I think
Okay,
we
how
may
about
need
we
to triage and
just split
to
it in 2
investigate
groups?
the live criminals.
When you say split into 3 groups, Kumo waves his hand frantically in front of his face. It's like, and he is in full pantomime mode. He pantomimes like breathing in and then like waving his hand in front of his face, like, oh, PU, and then he points to the water again.
Oh, he is saying, and none of you can see this, but I can see ghosts now. I see all
Okay.
of them. And Herb, there's one standing right behind you.
I'm going to probably. I don't believe you, but that's okay.
Is there one standing right behind? I feel like there's ghosts in this town. I can't talk.
I don't believe in ghosts, so I don't believe you.
Oh,
So.
that's right.
I will say,
For what it's worth, I was going to say, I think he's on the level here
Oh,
because
conference call.
Yeah, I'm holding. I'm holding the
says
phone
he's-
to Priz.
yeah,
ear.
well, I can hear what Herb's saying. I mean, I can hear that you guys are pretty loud. Anyway, Pewter's on the up and up here. I mean, he took them both on, and they both agreed. I mean, there was writing. I even turned it into the magistrate or whatever. So he sees ghosts. I'm not kidding. I don't know if he sees all of them, but he sees this one.
I really believe him, but they're already dead people, and I think we should really investigate this factory, unless perhaps there's a key piece of information I'm not being fed about
What?
the ghost boy. That
What
was-
I'm trying to tell you
Maybe
is that he
communicated.
is saying that the water is stinky, and you guys were saying that things were stinky.
Oh,
And
okay.
I think
that's...
maybe
Might be a
this-
source.
This could all be the same thing that we are doing.
Oh, okay.
Now, critically, I don't have a nose, so we're going to put Priz near the water because he has keen smelling senses. Because I just assume this. His nose is so humongous and large.
We'll make our way up to you
Alright.
then. I guess I've had this on speaker, so Flint gets everything.
Fortunately, the corporation is actually also coastal. You guys are just on other ends of the town, but you guys both can kind of meet at the water.
Okay.
And as you come together to investigate, Kumo kind of walk floats. He appears to be fully capable of doing both, but specifically when Pewter made the comment about him going through walls, he's been making a conscious effort to walk everywhere. But he walks over to the ice and he's pointing at the ice. But notably, he does not have any weight. The water is frozen over, but it's difficult to tell how sturdy it is.
Okay, I step onto the ice.
All right.
Oh.
Can you roll a d20 for me? No modifiers.
Just a d20.
Just a
huh?
d20. No modifiers.
That's the worst sentence.
No reason.
Nice.
No particular reason.
How about a 4? How do we like a 4?
Oh no! In an almost
For the
comical
record,
fashion.
nobody followed her out. No one followed him out on the ice.
In an almost comical fashion, Pewter,
Phrase says as Peter crashes.
Pewter, you take one step and immediately fall directly through the ice and into the water. And that is where we're going to leave this session.
The death of Peter.
The death of Pewter Shale.
No, it's going to take care of the kids. This is horrible. He wrote no will or anything.
They got re-orphaned.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you all so much for playing, and thank you all so much for watching. If you are watching the VOD, as always, thank you to thanks for everyone. This was a pretty fun session.
I like this one a lot.
I'm still thinking about the I'm not a real cop, I'm gonna make your head explode.
There's tonight.
Oh boy.
Maggie,
Yeah?
Maggie, you probably
Yes.
plan to do it that you want to talk about next week?
Oh, yes. Next week is Father's Day, so we will not be streaming. But additionally, we are going to switch our streaming schedule to every other week. Still on Sundays, still on the same time, but just to help accommodate our schedules a little bit and give me a little bit more time to prep. We're going to be doing every other Sunday. So we will not be streaming next Sunday, but we will be streaming the Sunday after that. And the Twitch stream schedule will be updated to reflect that as well. So if you've been tuning in every week, thank you. But just keep in mind we won't be streaming next week. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, if that is the time zone you are in. Bye!
Bye.
Hey, Max.
Thank you.